Welcome back, everybody, to the BRUBBLE podcast exploring young voices and perspectives from in and around the Brussels bubble. And as the summer holidays approach, I'm doing one of my my every so often podcast episodes.
We try to do it monthly.
Exactly. Yeah. Where I, Simon, team up with my good friend Dan.
Hello.
And we record a special episode ranking random European stuff. And if you are of the visual nature, you can also find us on YouTube and see our beautiful faces.
Exactly. And, as we're recording this, the Euros is in full swing. England just beat Slovakia to my great chagrin. But this seems like the perfect time to pit European countries against each other.
Of course. And I think the theme for today is a bit, travel, tourism, summer holiday classics. So quickly, before we get into it, any summer holiday plans yourself, Dan?
Yes. So next month I'm going to Armenia.
Ah, nice. I did not include their tourism slogan.
That's fair. I guess it's kind of a grey area when it comes to Europe and Asia. Like, it's in UEFA for the football fans.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's...
I realized I did include Azerbaijan, so it might be a bit less grey.
Oh.
But anyways, my own travel plans. I'm going to Canada for a few weeks with my partner. First time we'll go together, but seeing family again, so it's nice.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Yeah. I do almost miss going to a bit of the beach, so we'll see about that.
A lake, maybe?
It's not the same.
It isn't the same, no.
Yeah. Anyways, what we're doing here today is I gathered 32 tourism slogans from different countries. So a lot of times tourism agencies, they want to give their country an extra little shine for those, fancy American or British tourism dollars coming in, right? So they give their country a little logo, a cool little slogan, which summarizes best what it is. So if you're watching this, you might be like, hey, this is not the right slogan. It is, because they change these every goddamn year, and I spend so much time trying to figure out which one is which. So this is up to date to the best of my abilities. And a few big countries, Italy, Spain, are kind of missing too, because they thought they were too big to have a good logo. So,
well, I feel like those countries, they don't need to advertise. It would be a waste of money. Like, I think there's some marketing companies in these smaller countries which are making a killing by just rejigging the logo every few months and charging their fees. As a consultant, of course, I don't believe in any of that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to hearing all of these new fancy slogans.
But this leads me to the point. If you're designing a tourism slogan for a country, let's say the theoretical Dantopia, what would you go with? What would make a good, catchy slogan? What is your criteria for ranking these?
Well, first of all, my fictional country is called Dandora.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of D's, but I get it.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. I think, it has to be short, of course. You can have, a paragraph. If there's some alliteration, I think that's pretty good. I think, it's probably more memorable to someone. And being memorable is key to this. And, a little bit of wordplay to kind of suggest, what you might find in that country. There's a great example of Kentucky at one point. Their slogan was Unbridled Spirit.
Right.
Which is a great combo of horse racing and whiskey.
Right. I get that.
And it's also an everyday phrase, every day, but it's a phrase in English. And and so now you can't always have a phrase that's that good, but I think something kind of a little bit clever that kind of gives you a little hint of what the country's like, what makes it unique as well.
Yeah, a little taste of the the locality.
Yeah, a little teaser.
Yes. Okay, well, I guess without much further ado, we'll kind of jump right in. These have been randomly assigned to where they are. If it would zoom, here we go. So I used an Excel list random number generator, and we got into it like that. So Dan has not seen these, so these are his first reactions. So first up, we have Belarus with the catchy Hospitality Without Borders.
Belarus, look, it's not the hottest tourist destination right now, I would say.
Well, I will say, the first big box on their official tourism website is how foreigners can stay in the country. So I feel like there's some geopolitical hospitality going on here as well.
Yeah.
So
famously, of course, they diverted that Ryanair flight back in 2021. Right. And they were like, we wanted to come visit so badly, we're going to pull a Ryanair flight down and have it land in Minsk airport.
Obviously, they didn't see any borders there. So.
No.
And they were at a peak of hospitality.
That is true.
It's pitted against Bulgaria, who has the equally catchy "A Discovery to Share."
Okay, yeah, I think like that's like proposing something. It's almost like a question.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this discovery?
Yeah.
Is it Bulgaria itself? Is it yogurt? Is it something else entirely? I'm not quite sure. But then I'm curious, and I want to go to Bulgaria and find out what is this discovery.
But would you go as a solo traveler? It says to share.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe you're cutting off a little chunk.
I was thinking you could go by yourself and you bring back that discovery to people.
Right.
Like, oh, hey, I was just in Bulgaria and I discovered this amazing thing or this amazing place.
The discovery was an STD. No. Apologies, Bulgarian.
Whoa, okay. Jeez, you're coming in hot today. This is what happens when someone does no research. There are no sheets of paper.
I will say, yes, no sheets of paper. It was a super warm weekend, so my brain's kind of fried. We're in a little attic apartment.
So this is off the cuff Simon here, and he's going out of pocket, man. It's crazy.
I also want to say, reading these in the context of an invading country, like pulling up a menu of states to see, states to conquer, a discovery to share seems quite appetizing.
That is true. And hospitality without borders. I don't know. Like Belarus has the death penalty. Like how hospitable is it really?
I think it does kind of. I think if you do go to Belarus, there's an element of extraterritoriality that applies to you.
Yeah.
There's no borders when it comes to the governing forces there.
You just gotta roll with it, when you're there. Yeah. No, Belarus, that just feels like a cruel joke. That logo, to be honest.
It's on their official website.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it is, but I just feel like this was written by Lukashenko himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bulgaria, I like the promise of the Bulgarian one.
A discovery,
And also, shout out to Simon for people who are watching this on YouTube. His beautiful color coding. I think he's done a great job here. I think he's made it very visually appealing.
Yes, I thought you were going to refer to the plants in the background for a second.
Well, also plants in the background, unless they've been cropped.
Yes.
Which we can't really either.
So here we have the next pairing of Sweden with a destination of a different nature.
Okay.
Versus Austria with their slogan in a different language, their Lebensgevoel.
That was a very Dutch pronunciation.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
This is the only logo I found that was in their mother tongue. A few I can tell are bad translations.
Yeah.
But this one is specifically, that feeling of life.
Okay, yeah,
Lebensgevoel.
Yeah, I think though that is a slight issue because now this could be a logo that's just aimed at the German-speaking market, and that's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I don't speak German, so that...
I think it's quaint, though. I mean, perhaps as somebody who has a Germanic tongue in my background, in my back pocket, it does seem a bit more romantic, mystical.
English is a Germanic language as well.
Well, about the English logo, what do you think the Swedish?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, of a different nature, like promoting like the beautiful forests and the lakes of Sweden, the snowy north. I think, it's pretty nice.
My question would be, what's so different about Sweden than the other Nordics?
Look, yeah, this is a fair point because I'm thinking Sweden, Finland, is Norway, like all the forests there. They're all the same forests, really.
They're like a warmer Canada,
Are they even that much warmer?
I guess where the snowy parts are, I assume a little bit, but
yeah, possibly.
I haven't been there yet. I will say, and maybe I'll mention. I think I'd cut out Norway, but I've spent some time on the Norway tourism website, and now I want to go. But anyways, I guess they're winning customer.
Yeah, well, we're not comparing websites, comparing logos. Or slogans, I mean. So let's stick on the slogans.
I personally, my vote is with Austria. I'm a bit more feeling towards it, but I can see the language barrier. So if you're passionate about Sweden...
Yeah, like I knew it was life something.
Yeah.
And...
Gevoel is like the feeling, at least the Dutch is, like a feeling of. So it's the feeling of life. It's the spirit of life.
And I know the Dutch word. So I think the Austrian one's pretty good. I think the Sweden one, like it's a nice phrase, but it doesn't really hold up to scrutiny because the nature isn't actually that different in Sweden compared to its neighboring countries. So I'll let you represent your Germanic brethren and go with Lebensgefühl.
Yeah, I just would have liked to see something a bit more Swedish about.
And also, I don't mind countries having like slogans that aren't in English. Like just to be clear, as when it's just being translated.
You Anglo-centric.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what I was going with there. Anyways, a few of the less prominent highlights of this list. I have Romania with natural and cultural. They used to have this logo for like 10 years, like the basket of Carpathia.
Also,
like that.
A logo's a picture, you know that, right?
Oh, sorry, slogan. Thank you. Slogan.
Yeah.
Before I title it logo.
You got me saying logo as well earlier.
It's an alliteration.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's called the Basket of Carpathia.
That was their previous one.
That's actually way better than Naturally.
Yeah. I couldn't. It was from 2010, and none of their recent campaigns have that in there anymore.
Okay.
And it's all like on their website, with their logo, the slogan is officially natural and cultural.
That just sounds like AI generated, or like an alien posing as a human on a dating app. Like, I like natural and cultural things.
But every country this could apply to. Every country has nature and culture.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh wow, yeah, you have both. Like,
yeah.
I guess like there's maybe some countries that don't have much nature, like I don't know, Singapore, but like in general, you're going to have a combination. Yeah. That's poor Basket Carpathia. Like, you know, Carpathians, it kind of localizes the place.
Yes. I think for some Americans though, they're like, what is Carpathia?
Yeah, and they don't want to say Transylvania, do they? They don't want to really kind of like go back down that whole avenue because
vampires and war.
Dracula, yeah, I know. It's that place.
Yeah.
No, the natural culture was poor from Romania.
The Lithuanians went a bit more collaborative. They went to co-create experiences.
Yeah, that's kind of more like tech startup kind of language.
I see what you mean. I didn't think I wasn't thinking that way, but yeah,
like a co-working space.
I see.
You know,
yeah,
co-create experiences. But it seems like a very modern country. Like I saw something recently, it's like the best country for young people.
Yeah,
there's some survey that was done. So like, you know, maybe they know something that we don't. In this way,
I suppose so.
Yeah, I don't mind that because again, it's like the sharing thing,
right?
That like it's co-creating. It's like you with your fellow travelers,
yeah.
But also you could like create experiences in collaboration with like the local people. Which is also nice.
We'll share a culture with you. Well, you can like And the other thing it allows, it has like with the little co-branding, you can do like cool things. Like I saw in their ads of like, I don't know, for example, like co-ski down a mountain or something.
Okay.
So it kind of works a bit further.
Yeah, that's nice. That's clever. Yeah, I think I think Lithuania is better.
I don't think it's great, but I think compared to natural and cultural, unless the Romanians, I mean, unless you go back to Carpathia, you know, that's all I say. Here's two big heavy hitters. Turkey making its first ever appearance in our little series.
Congratulations, Turkey.
With Discover the Potential.
I feel like I've seen so many ads for Turkish tourism over the years on YouTube.
I don't think I've seen like any really.
Or maybe it's on TV. I feel like in Ireland, like growing up, you get a lot of ads for visiting Turkey.
Right.
And now obviously, like if you want to get your fancy teeth and hair done, Discover the Potential. It's a little bit negative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like potential is like something that hasn't quite happened yet. Like it's like, Turkey, we're not great now, but we'll be better soon.
There are a few like this where it's like, you know, more than you think. It's like, what did I think about initially, you know?
I swear it's nice.
Yes, exactly. The other thing is the Discover the Potential branding is not only tourism, it's the country's official slogan for everything. So economy, business, etc. They decided to brand all in one.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, have a unified brand.
It's just if I see a tourism ad of like some bright sunny beaches and underneath Discover the Potential, I think it's a bit not the best fit. But
no. I think Turkey has a rich, interesting history that they could lean into more.
Yeah.
Well,
I think they're trying to rebrand it, but I think that's what they're doing. But
yeah, I think so.
Speaking of things that need a rebrand, the United Kingdom. And I'm sure you resonate a lot with this slogan. See things differently. Don't think of our past. See things differently. Don't think of the rain. See things differently.
Now do you say, it does feel like just like please forget the past 800 years and let's just all be friends.
Have you heard of our terrible government? See things differently.
We have an election soon, guys. It's fine. Well, maybe by the time this comes out, the election already have happened.
It might, yeah. I was thinking of doing a podcast around it, but I don't know if I will. It's a bit soon.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we've already like dated this podcast by saying the England match happened today.
They could have advanced further.
Yeah.
But We did mention Slovakia as well.
I think it's fine.
I will expect this to release a week or so after recording. So just for the listeners.
So see things different versus discover the potential. Yeah, see things different. It kind of just makes me laugh because it does just feel like a very deliberate act.
Yeah.
It's not like better to discover the potential, but it is funnier. So maybe I'll just set it through for that reason.
I feel like it's more deliberate. I feel like both of these are very like think tank created. You could tell the agency got quite the contract for both of these.
Yeah.
But I think see things different is more of the, we gotta make it's like this is the only available option.
And also because like UK is a very popular tourist destination, like London is a very popular tourist destination. So I imagine the campaign going with it is like, don't just go to London, go to other parts of the country, and like that there's all these nice parts of the
Brighton
UK
or Manchester.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Reading.
Well, maybe not Reading, but like that. Yeah, and UK, like Scotland, for example, as well. Like it's not just like Glasgow and Edinburgh. There's also like other parts you could go to. But so I actually don't mind that, to be honest. It's just funny when you bring up the history element of it. So
that's just my head. I think see things different. I prefer discover the potential because at least makes me think forward. See things different is a bit like things are not great, but you can look them the other way. That's what it makes me think of. But I'm not too attached to both of these. I'm honestly could be pushed. And I think you, as the person who has the stronger British roots, despite me pledging allegiance to the English king a few years ago, you may choose.
What do you mean stronger British roots? What's that all about?
You've lived closer to it in proximity.
Okay, but you're actually a subject of the British crown, so...
Well, partially.
I
guess I do see. Yeah. Let's push UK forward then.
Okay,
let's do that.
It feels weird actually to promote the UK like that. I should have just gone with Turkey when you were in favour of it, but it's fine.
Okay, well here we have two other ones. Czechia with unexpected well-being.
What?
Hey, you didn't expect that, didn't you?
Très inattendu.
Yeah, and then France with their rendezvous en France.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. That's kind of like dull meaning there.
I guess so.
Yeah. Because it's like rendezvous en France is like kind of head to France.
Yeah.
But also like in English, when a rendezvous is like a meeting or like an appointment, like set a date for going to France. So I think like that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unexpected well-being is massively confusing. Did it have lots of spas?
They were leaning into that aspect of it.
Okay, right.
But I think it's just like, like, to be honest, what can you say about the Czech Republic in terms of promoting tourism? I can tell by your eyes, you're like, careful, Simon.
No, for me, I was just thinking like Prague and like people just going like drinking. I don't think well-being. So maybe that's what they're trying to deliberately move away from, the stag do kind of.
Because I assumed they had like hundreds of these slogans which were like, discovered ancient history, discover, the clocks of time or something. And now they're like, let's try something else. Unexpected well-being. Yeah. It's a yearly tradition.
Yeah, true. Like, just kind of throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
I love the I mean, a lot of these do have a hint of like the discover something new,
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Surprise yourself. Yeah. And again, like, it's not just like go to Prague. Like, there's all the other parts of Czechia.
Yes. Yeah. Now that you mentioned double entendre, the rendezvous en France, I'll seem cultural and I'll put my vote behind it.
Thank you.
I did think unexpected well-being was quite funny.
It is quite funny because like, the unexpected element, that's like quite common, I feel like, in the slogans, as you pointed out. But the well-being part is just kind of confusing. I think, look, this is also the thing about these slogans, is that we're seeing kind of stripped of all context. We're just seeing the words, whereas they usually come with like an advertisement that kind of explains a bit more. Like,
sometimes,
if the ad is like showing like spas and well-being and people like, being super relaxed, I don't know, by a lake, then sure. But by itself, it's just a bit nonsensical.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. This is one of my favorite ones. Slovakia is their slogan is "Come to Slovakia, good idea." No punctuation.
Excellent.
The official logo has it in there, all caps.
Yeah. You want to maximize the aggression.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever I see, like, I have a few Slovakian colleagues, I could just see them. Come to Slovakia, good idea. Like, it just flows. I could so imagine saying it too.
Wow, and that Slovakian accent was so good as well.
That's my default accent voice. I don't do accents, I just do an accent voice. So then I can't make fun of Henry.
Generic foreigner.
Yeah, it's like when in a book you have something in quotations, and you're like, That's how I speak with them.
You realize from a young age you couldn't do any accents. You were just like, I'm going to create this accent voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's equally cruel to everybody. Germany, stay longer.
Sounds a bit threatening, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really close to stay away. But stay longer is also like pleading, I find.
Yeah, it is a little bit desperate. Yeah. And I don't know, I find it vaguely menacing, to be honest.
Yeah, when I first wrote it down, I kept thinking of connections towards their more, recent but not as glamorous past.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of like a good one to make.
Well, it just sounds like someone's like locking in the door and like, oh, stay longer.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't leave. Like Hotel California.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's a bit irresponsible. Like I got to be back in work on Monday. I can't extend my holiday.
Yeah.
Germany, like, sorry.
It's like, I booked 8 days. You want me to, what, stay longer?
Yeah. You want me to lose my job? I have to feed my family. Germany, please. Come on. Yeah. Slovakia is silly enough. I feel like it's deliberately silly.
It seems very seriously done.
No, it's like a Eurovision kind of piss take, Like, this is what it's given me. I think, yeah. Come to Slovakia, good idea. Ham it up, like, just make it a very campy kind of campaign. I'm all for it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I've got to push it forward, though. I was so close to putting it all in caps as well.
But you say treat everyone equally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Andorra versus Estonia. Andorra was the one that inspired me to make this list.
Yes, you mentioned
this to you.
Yeah.
Because it kept popping up on my YouTube feeds with this beautiful.
Okay, so you're getting Andorra ones. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm in a higher income bracket, you see. But no.
Wow.
But no, these like scenes of like, Andorra nature, etc., and then the enemy discover like atypical Andorra. And atypical Andorra is their slogan. And I think it's hilariously weird.
Yeah, it's a good word, atypical. I like it as a word.
They just looked up adjectives or synonyms.
Starting with A.
Yeah. And the thing is, when I think of atypical, I think of neurotypical, which is like when somebody isn't neurodiverse, so meaning they don't have like any mental illnesses. So when you say atypical Andorra, I think sort of typical Andorra is the diverse. I don't know. It makes me very
Andorra is atypical compared to other European countries.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it is because it's so small.
Yeah, it's not typical, but...
Yeah, like it's an interesting country because it's like a microstate, and it's co-governed by the president of another country.
Yeah, but it's still
for me it is atypical. But let's go to the second one. The second one made me laugh.
Estonia is their slogan is visit Estonia. It's about time.
That's really good. Yeah, kind of again slightly just like annoyed at you. It's like oh come on. Oh, now you're coming to Estonia.
You've been everywhere else, but...
Yeah. Little old Estonia, just waiting here in the corner for you to visit. I will say I did actually make a choice when COVID was like kind of come to the tail end, and I was like, I go on my first holiday in like a while. I was deciding which place to go to in Europe, and I came into Copenhagen and Tallinn, and I picked Copenhagen. And I feel like this slogan's very directed at me now. Where it's like, oh, you could have come 3 years ago and you decided not to. It's about time.
It's like that classic saying, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
So true. Which is originally from an ad for mouthwash.
Is it?
And from Listerine, yeah.
Interesting.
There we go. No, it's not actually an old phrase at all.
Well, old to me.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's old to us at least, yeah. So you don't really like atypical Andorra, I'm sensing.
I like it in the sense that it maybe inspired you to list. Like I would definitely not. My vote would slightly be with atypical Andorra. I think Visit Estonia again says very little about the uniqueness of Estonia. Any country can do a slightly funny marketing campaign that says it's about time. This doesn't seem like a very Estonian mentality. Whereas like the Slovakian one, I can definitely see a Slovakian person say it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I just thought you were gonna be like Andorra trying to say it's autistic, so when I just kind of ridiculous.
That's also why. I think it was I think it just wasn't made by somebody who completely used atypical on their everyday language.
Yeah, that's not where my mind goes when I see atypical. But either way, I think let's send Andorra through.
Yeah.
Not to be used with Dandora, which is the official country I invented earlier.
And so your slogan would be Daytypical Dandora.
Dan-typical Dandora.
So the final half of this bracket list We're going through this pretty quickly, actually. Imagine an episode under an hour.
God, we could dream.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cyprus with Cyprus in Your Heart.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And then Finland with I Wish I Was in Finland.
Yeah. Yeah, Cyprus in Your Heart. This is like the most romantic one we've had so far. I feel like this is like Cyprus will stay with you even after you visit.
I feel like a lot of the warmer ones tend to have a bit more of a a bit more of a romantic tinge to them.
Yeah. I think we're
something about warm waters, beaches, etc.
Yeah. I think I like that. It's kind of sweet, Yeah.
Yeah. It just Cyprus in Your Heart. I don't know. I think I'm thinking way too clinical about it.
Seems like
okay.
it.
Yeah. I'm just not fully on board with it.
Okay.
I wish I was in Finland, however.
I wish I was in Finland.
Sounds like a great movie.
Well,
imagine like an action rom-com thriller. I wish I was in Finland.
I'm not sure.
No?
That's...
well, there goes my writing career.
That'd be a blockbuster, to be honest.
I think it would be. Yeah. At least a great Netflix special.
I wish I was in Finland. Do I?
Well...
Instead of putting words in my mouth, I don't like it. Yeah. Finland has forced me to say something that I actually don't believe.
I think that's one way of thinking about these slogans, where you can categorize them into talking about what the country is, like what it aspires to be, or it's speaking directly to you as a consumer, trying to like subdue you or guilt you into going there. It's like it's about time to visit.
Yeah, I don't like Finland trying to make me like it's trying to like almost bamboozle me into thinking that I actually want to go to Finland. Like you actually have to present me with an argument. You can't just use like verbal trickery. Finland, it's a bit low. Cyprus would never do that to me. But Cyprus wants me to be in love.
But I think both, like the Finland though, imagine in an advertisement of like some skiing people, some happy folks, some bright skies, and then I wish I was in Finland. I think it complements that a bit more.
There is some romance there, but I think it's a little bit sneaky what they're doing to Finns.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess in that light of it, I could see the deception, and as somebody who protests against capitalism. Not really, but we'll push through Cyprus.
Good man. I appreciate that. Thank you. And we love Cyprus on this podcast, as we've established.
Oh, yes. We should have brought up its history of us, because it is definitely in our hearts.
Yeah, it's an overperformer, like that's for sure. Cyprus, relative to its size.
I just realized I made these boxes way too big when we speak about size, but never mind.
It's all good. So we're on the second half.
Second half, we're starting with a big hitter, San Marino.
Oh, atypical San Marino.
Nope, they go with far from the cliches, close to you.
What cliches are there with San Marino?
The cliches of vacation.
I guess the cliche for me is like they have a rubbish soccer team. That's all I kind of know about
Well, it's far from the cliche. It's close to you now.
Yeah, but like what cliches?
Small, rich country. I don't know.
I don't even know if they're rich. I just know it's small. Like it's not like Monaco's small and rich. I don't know that much.
Now that you bring it up, I assume there's some. I assume they're by the ocean, no?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind that.
So it's like on a big hill, isn't it?
It's like Andorra, basically, like on the borders.
No, it's like in the middle of Italy. It's like surrounded. Yeah, we have the map behind us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like near like Bologna. San Marino's like here somewhere.
Okay, yeah. I should have searched it up before recording.
That's okay. Yeah, like if for another country maybe this would make sense, but I just don't know. Like, do they mean the cliches of like Italy because it's in Italy?
I think they mean the cliches of vacation life.
Okay, yeah.
But then again, those aren't bad cliches, right?
Yeah. Like a cliche isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like,
we have great food.
You won't have a relaxing time here.
It'll be an atypical vacation.
You'll be very stressed at the end of it. San Marino's confused me. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking about confusing, Greece has a killer new strategy here for 2024. A life-changing experience.
Come on, that is cliche.
Or it's ominous. A slip on those rocks. Dare to go to those beaches. This will be a life-changing experience.
The waist down.
Because there's many ways your life can be changed.
Yeah, that is true. Some awful disaster can befall you.
How was your trip to Greece? It was a life-changing experience. There are two contexts, there are two tones you can say that in.
Yeah, it's like that Tim Vine joke. Like I went on a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah.
I don't I don't think there's any creativity going to that.
A life-changing experience?
Yeah, like it's very dull.
But the San Marino's creativity is a bit misplaced. Although I like how it's a bit like a poem. Like I feel like there's a lot more to this, and I didn't get that.
Like the San Marino one is original,
right?
But confusing. While the Greece one is straightforward but like obvious. So I don't know. But both of them, neither of them will win this episode. I'll say
it could be a life-changing experience. I just for the fact San Marino's in here for the first time. Sorry, Turkey, we didn't put you through either. But and I think it's different than the other ones.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna push it for it.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Greece. I'd expect better from Greece.
They have many though. They have like a bunch every year, and I think this is a new one for this year. Maybe it's wrong.
They don't even need it, you know.
That's why you see why there's no Italy on this list. They don't really have a consistent one. They had one a while back, which was hilarious, which was made in Italy as their tourism.
Well, that's not a government ministry.
Yeah. Exactly. So it doesn't really work anymore. But well, speaking of other coastal destinations, Portugal. It's not tourism; it's futurism. Get it?
Yeah, no, I do.
Tourism.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you process that. We'll also say the Switzerland one, which is hashtag I need Switzerland.
Hashtag no, can't. No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't like it much either.
Don't. Just, if it was I need Switzerland, fine, but hashtag I need Switzerland.
It seems very 2010s.
Yeah,
I couldn't find them specifically spelling it out without the hashtag. So I'm sure it exists somewhere without it. And it's not also the most prominent part of the campaign. They recently got a new logo. I don't know why I know so much about tourism logos now. But
that's a whole other episode, man. Come on, you gotta hold it back.
Yeah, we could have done that. We could have done. True, we could have.
We keep that in the back pocket, man. Summer 2025.
You know, there's gonna be one person in the comments who's like, "Why didn't you just do vacation destinations?" But
because then that feels like we're attacking countries, you know, and that's way too broad.
We attack creativity, not countries.
we attack marketing companies from these countries. That's what we attack. It's not tourism; it's futurism.
They had this big focus in their campaigns about the next evolution of tourism.
It's an interesting idea, but just verbally, it's not quite working for me. Futurism, because like the word future, we don't say future.
Yeah.
And we don't say tourism. So like it kind of, either way you're kind of pronouncing it wrong. And futurism is already a concept.
Oh, but you did say you liked alliteration.
Futurism. And it's not alliteration.
Well, it's something.
It's repetition. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Atypical outdoors is alliteration.
Yeah.
I dislike kind of both of them.
Yeah. I feel like they could have been a bit more creative with the futurism thing.
No, I like the idea though of like the evolving phase of tourism, like more sustainable travel and stuff. Like I could see
there was a big focus in a lot of the campaigns I saw about sustainability tourism and like how all the tourism campaigns were sustainable now.
Yeah.
So it is something that's happening. But
it
could have been catchier though. It's
like there's a good idea there, but they needed to work on it a bit more. But I think it's still better than hashtag I need Switzerland.
This one's stuck in 2010. That one might be stuck in 2025. So
we just haven't quite seen the fruits of the Portuguese one.
It's too ahead of our time.
It really is. It's too touristic.
Well, you said you didn't see enough love in this list. We're going on to your native Ireland and your slogan: "Fill your heart with Ireland."
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's been around for a while.
Okay, well, news to me.
Yeah. In Latvia, with magnetic Latvia. Notice I used the magnetic color. For
pretty good. It's pretty good. Although you used orange for Ireland.
Yeah, there was a green above it. I didn't want it to come against Portugal. And orange is part of your flag, apparently.
It is, but the Orange Order and William of Orange. Anyway, it's fine.
Well, there was no Netherlands on this list, so I had to supplement it somewhere.
Yeah, fill your heart with Ireland. Again, I like that, Like, it's kind of a warm one. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like you're going to be so like in love with this place like when you go.
It seems a bit not aimed at my demographic. It seems like something I could more sell to like an aging mother or like a 50-year-old.
That's fair.
Who's like in America, going to church meetings with a group of church ladies being like, you know what I need? I could fill my heart.
Ireland.
Yeah.
It's older couples from Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine, It doesn't. Not everything has to appeal to our demographic. Like it's all good.
Yeah, I guess like the word Dublin itself is almost synonymous with drinking in Guinness. So You don't need much marketing for that.
That is true. Pointing. So yeah, I like that one. Magnetic Latvia is very funny though. You like, yeah, I just don't know where they pulled the word magnetic out of. Lithuania is being slowly dragged towards it.
Yeah,
as everyone checked
all the Baltics are kind of.
As everyone checked in, the Estonians are concerned.
You know, they have to realize that words don't have any impact on humans. You know, and saying magnetic doesn't make us attracted more to it.
No, it's true. So it's not magic speak. Yeah,
magnetic Latvia, home of Magneto. Is that Poland, right?
Magnetic Latvia does make me laugh. I feel like I would remember that a lot more than Fill Your Heart with Ireland.
I wouldn't know how to fit into a tourism campaign.
I'm very confused.
Like, I want to see the videos of them using this.
Yeah, Switzerland make more sense because they have like the Large Hadron Collider, at least.
Right. I guess you can't really go visit that as a tourist, but...
I know, you can go to CERN. You know, yeah.
Right, you can see all the cults there.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. I don't really know why. Yeah, well, like, the Fill Your Heart with Ireland campaign, I can picture it very clearly. The Magnetic Latvia one... I don't really know. I'm torn. Well, like, what are your feelings?
Well, my heart is attracted with my cold metal heart. I don't know. I think Fill Your Heart with Ireland is a better slogan altogether because it tells you, like, it invokes some emotion. Magnetic Latvia is just a bit like, what are you trying to get out of me here?
Yeah.
Like, I think it catches your eye, but it doesn't keep your attention.
Which is ironic because it's supposed to be a magnet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm fine with sending Ireland through.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Latvia, it's like the B sharps, you know? It's funny when you say it first and then...
Yeah. It's if somebody just looks at this list and our choices, they'll be like, why didn't Magnetic Latvia go through? But if you have to see it every round, the more and more detached we are from it.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of wears off.
I'm already, thinking we are. So, next we have Moldova. With a place to find yourself.
Okay.
And then Slovenia. And this one is a very cool concept. I love it.
I do like this one.
I feel Slovenia, but then they bold, I feel, and then the love in Slovenia. So,
I actually knew this one, yeah. I got a postcard years ago from a couple of Slovenian friends. And even back then, that was like 2014, that they were using that slogan.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I remember it being, at least this is how I heard about it, is when they were saying Slovenia is the only country with love in its name. Because that's what it used to be, I'm pretty sure. I thought this was a new one, but...
No. Yeah. Even going back that far, yeah.
But it caught my attention because it was like, that's kind of neat.
That is, yeah, and the way they kind of use like the highlighting of like the text, like to reveal the inner... love that Slovenia has. And Slovenia is a beautiful country as well, I have to say. Yeah. Moldova, place to find yourself?
I've already found myself,
It's like a life-changing experience. It's just like super generic. Like it just feels like, there. At least Magnetic Latvia had something going for it, but yeah. Moldova, like it just tells me absolutely nothing about Moldova.
Yeah. And they have a lot to offer too in terms of, mountains and rivers.
I'm sure they do, but they're not really giving me anything there with that. I think I feel
I will say a place to find yourself. Maybe it's just my harsh, utilitarian concept of finding myself. It's more of, locking myself in the plain room and going for my thoughts in the old Descartes voyage, right? And I can do that anywhere, and that doesn't really attract me somewhere, right?
God, yeah, you're a cold man, Simon.
It's my philosophical education.
Indeed.
So Slovenia, I think will push you through. I will say they got really lucky. If their name wasn't Slovenia, and the English word didn't happen to be love, they would have been just another Latvia.
But as a wise man once said, if my grandmother had a wheel, she'd be a bicycle.
Yes. Yeah. And that was that guy from that car show, no? Jeremy.
No. Gino D'Acampo, the chef.
Okay, ignore me then.
Yeah. Anyway,
Luxembourg is up next. Let's make it happen.
Come on, guys.
Finding a trip. Let's make it happen. This is the route. This is the tickets.
You're most enthusiastic friend. I've booked this in for a week already. We're going to have a great time in somewhere in Luxembourg. I don't know.
Their website details like 6 or 7 distinct separate regions you can go visit.
Was it Alsace-sur-Esch?
I believe so.
That's a place.
This one sounds like Alsace, but I believe that's somewhere in France.
possible.
But yeah, anyways, I'm sure a certain person close to me will be able to tell me more. But anyways, I was informed that this is not only their tourism logo or slogan. Much like Turkey, it is their whole of country slogan for 2024.
Oh, okay. Okay, right, yeah.
So like people,
they're making it happen. Yeah, it's
expect big things.
It's quite American, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's rock this year. 2024 is gonna be awesome.
It does seem like those corny, you know, like Dutch or Belgian, like they have those unity anthems, you know.
Yeah, and in Hungary,
wellspring of wonders.
I like it. It's kind of mysterious.
Yeah, and ever since we did that episode with that boar in it that lived in the rivers, the fisher pig, Hungary now reminds me of water. And then that one episode, we also had him that fisherman's building.
Bastion, yeah,
Fisherman's Bastion.
Yeah.
So
they're actually being very thematic here across the episodes.
I never picked up on this beforehand.
Yeah.
Their love for big birds in water. But
I know my good Hungarian friend Martin. He lives near a lake in Hungary.
Yeah, and he's
his family home is like Balaton, the big lake. So yeah, I'm thinking of water too. I like wells, and again, alliteration, wellspring of wonders, and wellspring, not a word you hear enough.
True,
it's a great word, wellspring. I even like saying it.
And it almost gives almost a double meaning too. Like a good well is like happy, good, you know.
True, yeah, unexpected
and a spring in your step, you know. But maybe I'm thinking about it too.
No, I like that though. Yeah. I like that, yeah, and. It's like wonders. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the wonders of the Orban regime, the well-being of the people.
That's the elephant in the room. Okay, yeah, it's fine. But I think Hungary's better.
Yeah, it is just a little old-fashioned, almost. I say, like I can imagine this being a great slogan in like the 1800s.
Just the way Orban would like it.
Yeah, I've got an easy joke and laid you up there.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Here we have one of the ones I was alluding to with downplaying the nation.
Okay, yeah.
Poland, more than you expected.
Okay.
Versus Liechtenstein, princely moments.
Don't they have a Grand Duke?
It's princely in terms of stature.
Okay. You also misspelled Liechtenstein, but it's
I was going to double check that, but I did not.
Okay. Anyway, Liechtenstein.
Sorry for mispronouncing it as well.
No, I'm pronouncing the way you wrote it, so it is Liechtenstein. Princely, but again, I guess they have a prince as well, which is a duke, but prince, no.
The whole website is pictures of like, ooh, look at this fancy bed. It's a hashtag princely moment. Or like, oh, look at this, a princely moment.
I'm not going to be tempted somewhere if you're emphasizing the royal element of it.
I assume some people might be though.
Oh no, of course, somebody might be. But this is about our opinions. So
yeah, fair enough.
I'm just saying, like,
I did think it's a bit corny, but I do think it's a bit unique.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything that leaned into that. And
Liechtenstein,
however you say that little mass of dirt, you know, it is princely. It does remind me of royals of Grand Dukes,
obscure kind of middle European kingdom,
of old middle-aged wealth, you know, hidden away into great gowns and
and in Poland, am I more than you expected? That's really that's quite funny. Yeah, Poland, like, come on, guys, you do pretty well actually, right now. Yeah.
This is definitely born out of some kind of survey they did, or public opinion, and they're like, Poland, they think you're trash, and they're like, how do we fix this? We're more than you expected.
Yeah. Look, we know the government was sucked for the last 8 years, but now we're better.
Well,
and now we're more than you'd expect. And having been to Poland a couple of times,
was it more than you expected?
It is a very, very nice country. Like, you go to Sopot, go to the beach in Poland. It's beautiful. Great cities as well. History, food, people. Yeah. I would say, Poland, I think it actually does live up to that. It is more than expected.
It's a very accurate logo, but is it a slogan? But is it a good slogan?
Again, I wish Poland would love itself a bit more. But then again, like, maybe, it is accurate. I just don't want to let princely moments go through. I'm sorry.
I do feel like it speaks higher of the opinion of the country of itself. It's a bit more confidence in there.
Almost too high, I would say.
Yeah. I think for accuracy, I can side with you in Poland. I think you make a good argument there.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think I've been to Poland, so I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, well, you definitely
I'll keep my expectations low as they want, so. This penultimate coupling.
Okay.
Denmark, the land of everyday wonder.
Okay.
Classic one. It's been around for a while. I think it also applies to Greenland. I think.
Okay, yeah, it's part of Denmark.
Yeah, fair. Because I looked up Greenland to find theirs, but I couldn't find anything.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah. Iceland, inspired by Iceland.
Okay.
I think it's terrible.
You see, the problem for me is that, like, I think the supermarket, like the frozen goods supermarket, like it's main in the UK, but there's also a couple of branches in Ireland. And, like, mums go to Iceland. There's this slogan for that place. The fact has Iceland in it just makes you think it's for the supermarket.
Right.
And it's a bit bland.
Because I think Iceland is one of those countries which has a lot to offer.
Yeah,
right. It's fairly unique in terms of a country, and it shouldn't just be inspired by it. Like an inspired by slogan, I would apply to a country that doesn't have much geographically to offer. Like I'm not going to call anybody out, but Czech Republic. But anyways,
whoa, unexpected well-being, man. Come on. I think Iceland, could have done a lot better with this.
Yeah,
the land of everyday wonder. I like it. Kind of gives you like the sense of like an old book.
It reminds me of gnomes.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
It just reminds me of gnomes. That's the main thing. Everyday wonder. Little gnomes walking through the field.
Little kabouters.
Yes.
Yeah, frolicking. Yeah, I like it. There's kind of sweetness there to the land of everyday wonder.
It's a bit corny from my mature senses, but it's better than inspired by Iceland. So
yeah. I don't think it's going to win.
Yeah,
but I like it. Yeah.
I'll go for last two. Croatia, from classic to full of life.
What?
And then Azerbaijan, take another look.
You saw it all. I thought there was like Land of Fire.
I think it used to be, but their new one is Take Another Look, and they lean quite heavily on it. I was also quite skeptical.
Take Another Look, but not at our activities net media.
Now that we're a good partner of Europe, take another look, you know? You want to see where your oil comes from? Your natural gas?
Please reconsider it before we host COP, and then you guys can really look at us.
Yeah.
Okay. Croatia, I don't know what that means. That is a very confusing sentence.
From classic to full of life. I think they're kind of alluding to like a classic history that's kind of boring and, you know, antiquated to being full of life today.
But no, I wouldn't say it's like saying that I guess they have like old history, but also like vibrant. But I would use the word classical there. The word it just feels grammatically wrong to me.
Either I misspell it or they're not native English speakers. And as a person who is a native English speaker, I will blame the Croatians or the Croats. Sorry, until I get it right.
Croats.
I love saying that.
Yeah. Wait until people go and check the Croatian website and it says classical.
Speaking of things I misremembered, when I was pulling up this list, I saw this slogan on the side, from classic to full of life, and I'm like, yes, that was the one that belonged to the Czech Republic, and I think it would be much more fitting for the Czech Republic than for Croatia.
Yeah.
That's my feedback in case they ever want to steal a logo.
Take another look. Yeah, again, that sounds almost like the UK one, where it's like we've done some shady stuff, but please reconsider.
We know you skipped us over on your first list of places to go, but please take another look.
I feel like the only times I've ever heard anyone going to Azerbaijan is like for like a football match, like when they did the Europa League final in 2019, and then we're just like, why are they dragging everyone out to Baku? Like, it's just ridiculous.
I think like the EBRD had one of their events in Baku, and then it was on some random weekend. They invited some people from my company. Nobody can make it because it's like in September on the weekend in Baku. It takes like 4 days to get there.
Yeah, exactly. This is a hard one.
I like to take another look. Plus, it like coincidentally and completely randomly, I do these randomly. It ended the last on the list, so I think it's kind of poetic, just in terms of the list itself.
Go on, yeah. We haven't done rock paper scissors yet, actually. Maybe that's coming up.
Yeah, we'll see. The classic thing we do.
Okay, so quarterfinals.
Yes, and remember how we said we might keep this under an hour?
Yeah,
we're going for 50 minutes already.
We just love to talk, and we love to share.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, Bulgaria, a discovery to share. Against Austria, Lebenshoffel.
Okay.
The Bulgarians sound better in this context.
I think so, yeah. I think
having gone through the whole list.
Yeah, like the German, having it in German, I don't know, again, it's just kind of, it's lost me a little bit.
Yeah.
If it was a more well-known, maybe German word, like Gemütlichkeit or something.
I think that the Lebens like word of fam words are pretty well known, at least to a ignorant foreigner like myself.
Kind of lasts me.
Gevoel is like feeling of.
Yeah. I think
But I think that's important, consideration, especially when you're targeting non-English audiences.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is not the greatest matchup. Lithuania, co-create experiences. The UK, see things different.
Yeah, again, I feel the UK is trying to cover something up.
Yeah. I don't think co-create experience is a great logo, though, or slogan. I just don't think it's very creative. I think it's lucky they're going to get through if they are.
I think it's pretty good. I think I don't know. Maybe, yeah, if it was just create experiences, that'd be super generic.
Right.
Just like adding co-create, I'm like, okay, you made it better.
It feels very 2020-ish,
Okay.
Like co-create experiences. You don't create on your own.
It's all about
almost
collaboration.
politically correct,
Yeah, it's a team effort. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, I feel like I made a mistake in the first round by not saying Turkey through, so I couldn't send UK through again.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Anyway.
Rendezvous en France. So French versus Slovakia. Come to Slovakia. Good idea. I love it.
Fuck, that's good. Yeah, I still like Come to Slovakia. Good idea.
I think they did it non-ironically. I think they just sat down. They didn't hire a marketing agency. They're like, we can do this ourselves. What's better than coming to Slovakia, making it a good idea?
Surely there's like they could have done full stop or like a ... or something.
No, it's like that. And anyways, I'm moving it forward.
No, I'm fine with that too. Actually, yes. Rendezvous in France actually is pretty good, but Come to Slovakia Good Idea is the funniest one of all.
Yeah,
it sounds it's a bit like Borat.
Yeah,
like it's got a little bit of that like. Just like slightly weird grammar.
Yeah.
But like super enthusiastic at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me of.
Come to Slovakia, good idea.
Yeah. Another weird grammar one. Andorra, atypical Andorra against Cyprus. Cyprus in your heart.
Okay, so yeah, two countries which mention their own country in the slogan.
That's a good call. Andorra is well alliterated.
Yeah, I like atypical Andorra. Cyprus in your heart maybe is a bit too schmaltzy,
Yeah, and I feel like you could replace it and nobody would notice.
Wow. Yeah.
Cypriot beaches are in or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't become a slogan designer. But
slogan man.
Atypical Andorra?
Yeah, it's atypical Andorra.
There's a reason this podcast doesn't have a slogan, by the way. Actually, do I? When I'm like, voices from the Brussels bubble.
That's more of an intro than a slogan, I would say.
I just realized it's under my logo as I zoom by it, so it kind of is a slogan, but
I guess it is actually, yeah. But anyway, fun fact: slogan is actually an Irish word originally.
Is it?
Yeah, it comes from like slua arm, which is like a battle cry.
Damn! So you're basically rallying the troops for capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
There we go.
Well, good slogans. San Marino, far from the cliches, close to you. Against Portugal, it's not tourism, it's futurism.
Oh, this is tough because they're both slightly off.
What I'm realizing is there's none that I'm rooting for. It's just they're all equally like they're just
because like tourism campaigns are just inherently a bit like
because with the paintings we did last time, right?
Yeah.
We had favorites. We were going to die in a hill for a few of them. This is just like which one just makes the most sense.
Yeah. Like which one is not like super just like obvious.
Yeah.
Like, something thought a little bit outside the box.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're offering you guys variety. That's what we're doing. I don't know actually. They're both a bit stupid.
Looking at these, they should not be in here. They're both separated by punctuation.
Far from the cliches, close to you.
I like it though. It's so weird.
If someone explained to me what the cliches were, maybe I'd appreciate it more.
I think it's bad translation. I think it wasn't translated properly. That's my theory about this one.
Okay.
I think they probably meant something else in What do they speak in San Marino?
Italian? Yeah.
Not San Marinan?
Samarinese is the adjective.
Sounds like a great dish, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they speak Italian there.
Would you like some spaghetti marinese?
Ooh, pretty good. Let's go for San Marino then.
Yeah.
Because the futurism, it's nearly there, as we said, but
yeah.
And we'll come back next year.
It's also not built to last, I feel like.
That's true.
It's capitalizing on something new.
Yeah.
It's like when they do like a car commercial and it's like, ooh, the all new Ford Focus. It's like, in a year, it won't be new anymore. There's no legs to that.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice. We have Ireland with Fill Your Heart with Ireland versus Slovenia. I feel Slovenia.
Slovenia.
This is a quaint little thing.
This is very nice.
Yeah.
Little matchup here, just two people who just love.
Yeah.
And I think I feel Slovenia is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to push it too hard.
It's a strong favorite.
It's one of the only ones I knew going in here, and I think that's almost made me like, oh, is this too cliche? Does everybody know it? But no, everybody does not know this.
No. I'm just a bit of a nerd, like so I knew it. And I feel like I saw a sign at the Slovenia-England match last week. Someone in the crowd had a sign which said, like, I feel Slovenia as well.
The fact that you're bringing these signs unprompted to football games means you've really struck a chord.
Yeah, exactly. Like, clearly, people connect with this.
And I think they didn't realize this love part until like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there was a moment, like a eureka moment, where some guy got a cushy promotion.
Yeah.
After having figured that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They also have the word oven in there, but they don't use that.
Next year.
Promoting the cuisine, I feel Slovenia.
Or Hungary, the only place for Gary. You could do it so many ways, but...
Yeah.
So, Hungary, wellspring of wonders. Poland, more than you expected.
I'm still liking wellspring of wonders.
Yeah, I was going to say...
It's pretty good.
Hungarians kind of capture me with that. And it's been one they've been using for a while. I think it's one they just realize it works and they're keeping it.
Yeah. Like I feel Slovenia, they've been using it for like over a decade.
The one question I have is, do they have well springs in Hungary?
Yeah, because they've got like the bats in Budapest, right?
Right.
Well, I don't know if they're natural bats, but like.
But what I think of well springs is like Yosemite Park, how they have those big spouts.
Yeah. Like
that's what I think of a wellspring as.
I guess, yeah. I feel like they must have bats naturally occurring ones in Hungary. It feels like that kind of part of the world.
If they don't, I would knock this one down.
Oof.
But then again,
we just gotta keep going.
I can't see through the disinformation of that country, so.
And we carry on.
Denmark, the land of everyday wonder, and Azerbaijan, take another look.
Again, Azerbaijan, it's like, I know the first look wasn't great, but we weren't ready. They were slightly more ready, so just try again, and we'll be better this time.
But is there not something to be said for acknowledging your faults?
No.
Okay.
Not in this context, anyway.
Okay.
Like, as a person, of course, yeah. I don't think a country should go, that whole team together, are bad.
Fair enough.
Like, that's
it's a part of transparency there, you know?
Look, okay, but there's levels of magnitude we're talking.
Yeah.
I feel like Denmark, land of everyday wonder.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's almost a textbook one, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's pretty solid.
BRUBBLE, voices from the Brussels bubble.
Shit, you do have a slogan. Okay, quarterfinals then.
Yeah, every good brand needs a slogan.
And we've got some minnows in here, you know?
I tried to avoid this. Green versus green. Great. Bulgaria, a discovery to share. Lithuania, co-create experiences.
Okay, so both on this sharing kind of team.
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah. You don't seem that enamored with Lithuania.
No, the more I see Bulgarians, the Bulgaria one, the more I'm starting to get it.
Okay.
Especially in the context of the list.
Yeah, because as well, Bulgaria is like maybe like a lesser visited country.
Yeah, it's one of those places you never think to go to.
I feel like, for some people it's like a popular, like a holiday resort spot, but maybe more for like the kind of east of Europe.
I've never thought of going to Bulgaria, I have to admit.
I haven't as well, but I know there are like people like, during like the Celtic Tiger times in Ireland, like people were like buying houses in Bulgaria, that kind of thing, like cheap property, and they joined the EU and stuff, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can support Bulgaria.
Yeah. And I think it's very almost... It's like it buys into people who want to go somewhere and then brag to their friends about it. Because what's a good vacation if you can't brag about it?
It's like me going to Armenia, just for flexing. Yeah. Yeah. And to see my amazing friend Ray, of course, but mainly flexing.
Slovakia. Come to Slovakia. Good idea.
Gotta get to every time.
Adora, atypical Adora. I like how the top half of this was just like good slogans.
Yeah.
This is just lunacy.
Memes. Just memes all the way through.
Slovakia has to go through it, no?
Yeah. I think it has to, yeah. Atypical Andorra. It's like, yeah, oh, we're not like other countries.
We're atypical.
We're atypical. And it is in a way, but it comes like a good idea.
But like we were mentioning earlier, it's almost an insult. Like, you don't want an atypical vacation. I want a typical vacation.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Instead of doing beaches, we do rocks here, you know? It's like, no, just give me, I'm paying money for that.
And also, like, it's mainly just like a ski resort.
Right,
That's its main appeal, so.
Yeah. Well, San Marino, far from the cliches, close to you. Slovenia, I feel Slovenia.
San Marino's done so well. This happens in every episode, that there's like one country which somehow makes it to the quarterfinals, and you're like, I don't know how this happened. You just like beat some shocking entries.
Hey, they're far from the cliches.
They're far from the cliches, and they're far from winning this competition.
They're close to you, though. Have they not grown on you a little bit?
They're close to getting knocked out. That's what's happening. I think Slovenia again got to go through.
Yeah, I was hoping San Marino could go a little further, but I can't argue with the Slovenians.
It got through 2 rounds. That's actually pretty good for while it's still an objectively confusing logo or slogan. You gotta be seeing logo as well. Okay, so
final matchup: Wellspring of Wonders from Hungary and the Danish, the land of everyday wonder.
Oh, the Wonder Derby. Okay, interesting.
Wonder is a very grand word to use.
It is a
grandiose, if I'm not
yeah, that's like what
seep into your traditional language.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I still like the Wellspring of Wonders. I think Land of Everyday Wonder, it is a bit old fashioned.
Yeah. And you can apply it everywhere. I think that's the other thing I'm starting to realize. You gotta
what does everyday wonder actually mean?
It like I think when I think of it, you step outside and it's just shining and nice and
Like, because for me, wonder, it's like what's rare is beautiful.
Right.
It's kind of like an oxymoron. Like, wonder shouldn't be every day.
I think of wonder a bit more. I think anybody can have wonder whenever, right? It's just a statement, a state that you excite via the conditions around you.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But I still think Hungary is better, yeah.
Yes, Wellspring of Wonders. And it could apply to so much, Yeah.
It's pretty clever.
Their folk are a wellspring. They came from the Wellspring of Wonders.
Indeed.
I think the longer I'm like doing these lists and learning about different countries' random things, the more I'm amazed by like the creation of the Hungarian folklore and how detailed it is.
It's powerful.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it as much.
It's like it's just some like random Siberian tribe that ended up in Europe. It's been a bit weird.
It's almost out of place amongst the whole lexicon of European origin stories, which namely are some Romans and some tribes, right?
Yeah. But, there we go. We'll save that for the Hungary episode.
Yes. Yeah. 32 of the craziest Hungarian legends. Bulgaria. It's the semifinals. Last 4. Bulgaria, a discovery to share. Oh, and before I go through these, if you're listening on Spotify, you can also vote for your top 4 out of these 4 options that I have. I can't do all 32. Spotify polls only allow the top 4 to vote from. So give us some user input.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what people think. Yeah. If they agree, disagree.
Yeah. And then Slovakia.
Come to Slovakia.
Good idea. Yeah, I just noticed that my timer is very high in this recording. But anyways, I'll wonder about that later. So if there's a glitch in the recording, don't blame me. Slovenia. I feel Slovenia. Oh, no, I'm going on too far. Sorry. I was getting so used to reading off slogans.
It's gotta be Slovakia, right? Come to Slovakia, good idea. It's still funny.
The issue is, when you think a little further ahead than just this round, is it gonna lose against?
I don't care. But I want to see the final.
But it's gonna lose some of our credibility as serious.
Oh, come on! A discovery to share is fine. Like, it's good.
Yeah,
but it's not like the final good.
I could see getting there.
Come to Slovakia, good idea. Is like that's
both Slovakia, good idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll push.
Do you want to join the rock paper scissors? Like,
nah, I'm not gonna die on that hill. I have humor in me, It's a characteristic I can exude. Anyways.
Okay.
And I was so close to putting all in caps, because that's what they had it as.
That would have pushed it over the edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slovenia. I feel Slovenia. You should know these by now, the audience of this thing. Hungary.
Wellspring of Wonders. God, this is a hard one. It's probably the hardest one so far. These are both really good.
It's fairly easy, this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Slovenia.
Oh, okay, right.
I think it's just transcended a bit about... Because the Hungarian one doesn't feel me like, oh, that's such a great idea. It's like, yeah, it fits with your like historical theme. Slovenia, you made the most out of a name. Nobody else is going to name you a single thing about Slovenia beyond the fact they have a few bridges and a mountain, right? What else do you have to work with?
And a lake.
Yeah, but who doesn't have that?
Point, actually, yeah.
You really worked off your only natural quality, your name.
Natural resources. Yeah. Name the country. Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, you make
I think this name alone has probably done more for its tourism than most other things about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
As you said earlier, like this is not an episode of like strong feelings. Really.
I think this one just went through because of strong feelings. But.
No, but as in like I'm not like fighting you on it, you know.
Yeah.
We're hungry, for example.
We feel the love, you know.
Yeah. So could it have?
So the final one, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. For
what
our
are
viewers.
the odds? The two countries that get confused with each other the most often.
True.
Europe.
That's a good one. Good point.
Apparently, at the UN, they meet up every month and exchange letters that were incorrectly addressed to the other.
It's like that one tale. Did I mention on this podcast about that? Oh yeah, the flag one. One of the first ones we did, where I think what was it, Moldova and the Chad. They had a dispute in the UN about to change the colors of the flag.
Oh yeah, I think Romania and Chad.
Romania,
right?
sorry,
yeah. Because they have very, very similar flags. True. Yeah. So, Slovakia and Slovenia. Come to Slovakia, good idea. Versus I feel Slovenia.
So there's one good slogan in here, and there's one there's one like crafted good, and there's one unintentionally good.
There's a banter candidate in here.
You know how you can almost phrase this? It's a battle of corporate versus homestead. Because I feel like one of these was not baked in a corporate consultancy agency, and one was.
Yeah, like Come to Slovakia was made up in like 10 minutes before the meeting.
No, it was some like director who had a great idea and wouldn't let anybody tell them differently.
No, I feel Slovenia is probably the best one.
Yeah. To be expected.
I know, look, it's fine. I'm proud of Slovakia though, and who knows, maybe listeners on Spotify, you will disagree with us and have Slovakia, far and away the best one in Europe. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one, I was going to say, went by pretty quickly. An hour and 10 minutes in. It's not bad.
Relatively speaking, yeah.
Did you learn anything about slogans? If you were to revise your slogan of Dandora, any directions it would take? Come to Dandora. Good idea.
No, you gotta go bigger. Come to Dandora, excellent idea.
They should keep evolving this.
Yeah.
Great idea, excellent idea, wonderful idea.
Yeah, like the better Slovakia gets,
But I just like how simple it is too. It's not a great idea, it's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to oversell yourself either, like, in case people get disappointed.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for having me.
I mean, you're always on these ones.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any the kind listeners, I think you're going on holidays a little while. You're doing some travels, but I think also we can't record these when it gets too warm because these lights are heavy and my apartment is not well air conditioned. But if you have any ideas for the next one we should do, let us know. I think we're always open to suggestions.
Absolutely, yeah. In the comments.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Or if you just see us in the street, just come up to us and...
You just shout,
Yeah, it's from like a moving car even, that's fine. Yeah.
You just interrupt whatever business lunch I'm having.
Yeah. Like if you meet me at, like in the toilets at the urinals and just come up next to me and just let me know.
Yeah, and especially let us know what you think our terrible takes are.
Yeah.
So I just want to be approached randomly with somebody who's like, come to Slovakia, good idea? No, bad idea. Bad idea. No context.
So from the Czech tourist board, we were very disappointed. Unexpected well-being was amazing.
Yeah, and Slovenia, since we bumped you up as the winner, and if you would like us to come visit and record an episode in your country, we're more than happy to accept.
From a boat in the middle of Lake Bled, I would gladly do it.
We'd feel the love. We
will feel the love, so...
Yeah. Anyways, great seeing you again. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Until next week, next time an episode goes out, enjoy your holidays, enjoy your summer travels, enjoy seeing your funky tourism slogans. See you later, everybody.
So long.